If everything around seems dark, look again, you may be the light. Namaskar, welcome to PT Pointers, and in this video, we will cover major headlines of the Hindu, Indian Express, and Press Information Bureau. So, without wasting any time, let's start today's discussion. And our first headline is related to Bureau of Police Research and Development, which has recently warned WhatsApp users of scams and data breach. Now let's know more about Bureau of Police Research and Development. So friends, it was formally established in 1970 under Ministry of Home Affairs. It aims to promote a speedy and systematic study of police problems and to apply science and technology in methods and techniques used by police. Our next headline is related to designation of senior advocates, and it is in the news because recently Supreme Court designated 56 lawyers as senior advocates. Now let's know more about it. So friends, Section 16 of the Advocates Act refers to the separate class of senior advocates. Both the Supreme Court and High Court can confer senior designation to lawyers based on their merit, experience, special knowledge of the law, and standing at the bar. All matters relating to the designation of senior advocates in the Supreme Court of India shall be dealt with by a permanent committee to be known as the Committee for Designation of Senior Advocates, and the conditions on which advocates shall be eligible for designation as senior advocates are at least 10 years standing as an advocate, 10 years combined standing as an advocate and as a district and session judge or as a judicial member of any tribunal in India whose qualification for eligibility for such appointment is not less than that prescribed for appointment as a district judge. And do you know friends, Committee for Designation of Senior Advocates shall consist of Chief Justice of India, two senior most judges of the Supreme Court of India, Attorney General for India, and a member of bar nominated by the chairperson and members. Our next headline is related to Shri Shri Oniyati Satra, which is a Vaishnavite monastery in Assam's Majuli district. It was established in Majuli in 1653 by a home king Sutmala, and as you can see here, this is the location of Shri Shri Oniyati Satra. Our next headline is related to Great Indian Bustard, and it is in the news because recently Supreme Court directed the centre to come with a plan to save Great Indian Bustard. Now let's know more about Great Indian Bustards. So friends, they are one of the heaviest flying birds endemic to the Indian subcontinent. They are state bird of Rajasthan, and they can also be found in Gujarat, Maharashtra, Karnataka, and Andhra Pradesh. An IUCN Red List of threatened species classifies them as critically endangered, and they are also listed in Schedule 1 of Wildlife Protection Act 1972. Now recently, Smart Lander for Investigating Moon landed on the moon's surface. It was launched by Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency. In September 2023, it initially orbited Earth and entered the lunar orbit on December 25th. Japan follows the United States, Soviet Union, China, and India in reaching the moon. And do you know friends, Smart Lander for Investigating Moon is a lightweight spacecraft about the size of a passenger vehicle. It was using pinpoint landing technology that promises far greater control than any previous moon landing, and it was nicknamed Moon Sniper. Our next headline is related to Nagara style of temple architecture in which Ram temple is being built. Now let's know more about it. So friends, two broad orders of temples in India are known, Nagara in north and Dravida in the south, and at times Vesar style of temples as an independent style created through the selective mixing of the Nagara and Dravida orders. Temples built by Pallava, Chola, Chalukya dynasties and temples of Vijayanagar are of Dravidian style. Now let's know more about Nagara style. So friends, it became popular in northern India, and in North India, it is common for an entire temple to be built on a stone platform with steps leading up to it. Further, unlike South India, it does not usually have elaborate boundary walls or gateways. And as you can see in this image, most of Nagara temple consisted of the Shikharas, the Garbhagriha, where the idol of the deity rests, and the Mandap, which means pillared hall. These kind of temples are majorly recognized as temples built by Guptas, Chandelas, Odishan temples, temples of Rajasthan, and Gujarat, and temples of Rajput period. Our next headline is related to Pradhan Mantri Rashtriya Bal Puraskar 2024, which will be awarded by the President of India on 22nd January to 19 children for their exceptional achievements. Now let's know more about the Puraskar. So friends, it is given to children with exceptional abilities and outstanding achievements. These awards are given to children in age group of 15 to 18 years for their excellence in 7 categories: for bravery, art and culture, environment, innovation, science and technology, social service, and sports. Each awardee is given a medal, certificate, and a citation booklet. Our next headline is related to non-aligned movement, and it is in the news because recently 19th non-aligned movement summit under Uganda's leadership is being held under the theme Deepening Cooperation for Shared Global Affluence. India wholeheartedly supports Uganda's theme. Now let's know more about non-aligned movement. So friends, it was founded in 1961 with a view to advancing interest of developing countries in context of Cold War confrontation, and this movement played a crucial role in decolonizing, formation of new independent states, and democratization of international relations. At present, it consists of 120 member countries. And do you know, friends, NAM Summit is the highest decision-making authority of the movement and holds summits every 3 years. And this year, Uganda has identified 5 focus areas and priority goals of its chairship, and they are regional and international peace and security, the international fight against terrorism, international migration and humanitarian crisis, human trafficking and drug smuggling, as well as Agenda 2030 and the Sustainable Development Goals. So, with this, let's conclude our today's discussion. Thanks for listening, and for regular updates, you can follow us on various social media platforms.